What's up guys, Crazy Blackman 108 here, and I'm back with another video. Today we had another Force for Change Star Wars video come out, and it was pretty crazy. I mean, because Force for Change is a wonderful event. It's crazy to see that there's such an involvement with something like this that Star Wars fans can donate their money to get Star Wars stuff and get entries in for the Episode 7, but it's benefiting a great cause. It's such a wonderful thing, and I just really want to talk about that and just say how wonderful of a thing it is. Oh, and not to mention, like in this teaser, we saw an Xwing. Yeah, an Xwing. But the thing is, it's completely different. Not completely, but it's different in a lot of ways. People were pretty shocked to see it. It's kind of, there's little different things I'm seeing in the video, and you look at the stills, but that makes me, I'm thinking a couple of different things about the fighter, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not the classic Xwing that we know from the original trilogy, but it's still a very cool starfighter, in its own right, and it's kind of cool to see a new one so far ahead, in the Star Wars universe. And you would think, as time would go on, things would progress and change and get better and so on and so forth, and it's just interesting to see, because, when the fighter was first revealed, people thought, oh my gosh, it's an EU ship, it's a Z95, or it's a headhunter, oh my goodness. But then StarWars.com, or Star Wars' Twitter page, said, no, this is an X-Wing for Episode 7. It's not a headhunter. And it's like, huh. Interesting. Some people are really mad that it's not a headhunter. Other people are okay with that. Some people just think it's stupid. Some people think it looks stupid. Some people think it's not a good option. But I'm looking at it and I'm seeing it as a vehicle that seems to be pretty cool. And like the blue stripe, for example. A lot of people say, well, why is it blue? The Rebellion was always red and stuff. I'm like, well, maybe if I'm hoping all like the plots where people are saying like Luke's been like a hermit and he's gone into hiding for like the past 30 years. I'm really hoping stuff like that isn't true, just because unless it's done really cool and really well, and like somehow this is really able to be a cool thing, like, oh yeah, Luke's been in hiding for 30 years. I'm not digging it. I'm a Luke Skywalker fanboy. I can't lie. It's just, but that's how it is. I'll have to see the movie to see how how that goes. But in terms of the X-Wing starfighter itself, I think it looks pretty cool. The image, overlaying it right now, it's very cool. It's got that blue stripe, which to me, it's harkening back. If you ever read the original version of the Star Wars, if you read the novel, The Adventures of Luke Skywalker, by George Lucas. And the attack on the Death Star, just a little fun fact right here. It was it was Blue Squadron, not Red Squadron. So I just thought, hey, little fun fact right here for fans of Star Wars that have read the novels and different things like that. Even though that's just a a movie adaptation. But the most interesting thing for me, besides the X-Wing, was the pilot, because when I saw him, it looks like the jumpsuit has stayed the same mainly, but it looks like the big change maybe is in the helmet. But just going back over and looking at this ship itself, people are trying to determine, well, where's the place for the astromech? Well, there's still a spot for it. It's just not being used currently. When you look at it, the whole front of the ship pretty much looks the same, all the way from the nose of the fighter. All this pretty much looks close to being the same, with the only big difference being once you get back here, where this looks like it becomes a little bit bulkier, and then of course this is one. It looks like it's one engine. But if you've seen the images from the set leaked images, where you can see the back of the ship, there's still 4 thrusters, which means that if you've seen any of the original Ralph McQuarrie artwork, which I'll overlay that image here now, that is basically this new X-Wing, which to me is really cool, because I've been a Star Wars fan for a very long time, and I've loved Ralph McQuarrie's artwork and stuff, and so around my room I have all the different little, they did about, I think it's 14 of these pieces of frame Ralph McQuarrie artwork, and one of them is the image of the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter chasing after it, and I'm looking at it right now. That is almost point for point this new X-Wing, when it comes to the way the wings are, when it comes to how the canopy is pretty much the same, as before. There's still room, of course, for potential for you to put an astromech there. The way the twin ion cannons are there. I mean, it looks, to me, it looks awesome. I'm excited to see that, you know, this is our, you know, the final look for the Xwing. It's pretty cool, and I'm not hurt that it's not this. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite toys when I was younger. Okay, I love this Xwing. This Xwing is so just, it's cool. The Xwing's original design is just something that's a lot of cool, a lot of fun to see, you know. And I mean, shoot, you throw R2 in here, and then you throw in Luke. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's just, it's, to me, maybe people could call me an apologist right now when it comes to these sequels. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm just not letting little things that aren't that bad affect how I'm perceiving this movie yet. Because another thing is, too, we have no official plot details for episode 7. So that's just on a side note. But yeah, the new X-Wing, guys, pretty cool. Old X-Wing to new X-Wing. Hopefully this, you know, will be the first. I'm hoping maybe for the final, once Force for Change ends, the last thing we'll get will be the Millennium Falcon, because I want to see the finished Millennium Falcon they have for this movie, because golly, I loved, like, if you know, I were able to win from these entries or any of the ones I've done, that'd be awesome. Be able to see the set and everything else. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video about the latest, you know, piece of episode 7, the new X-Wing, Z95. It's a headhunter. No, I mean, I get what people are saying where it looks like one, kind of, and in which it does. But the biggest thing you have to think too when you look at this is that this is the life-size model, or life-size, you know, prop that they use for the actual film. This isn't the model that they'll probably use for if they do any practical model effects instead of doing renderings, you know, and, you know, with ILM and stuff. And you have to remember that the one that they built, the wings might not open, because, I mean, if you don't have to shoot a scene with the wings open, why make that, you know, a functionality of the ship? Why not just build one that's just like this, and just, it's all good and ready to go, and looks like it's one piece. But yeah, I want to thank you all for watching this video, and till next time, guys, peace, and may the Force be with you always. I'll see you around.